Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor. In this video, I'll be going over a base gaming project because I recently made a base video about the new Coinbase application, and you guys really seem to enjoy that video. I had a lot of questions about people asking me about Metacade. So I looked into Metacade myself, I did a deep dive, and now I will be presenting to you this video about what this project is, whether or not I'm bullish on it, and then my outlook on the current price chart. So if that does interest you, be sure to stick with me until the very end, and let's get into it. So Metacade is currently trading for 1.6 cents underneath the ticker symbol MCADE. And now the interesting thing is the market cap to the fully diluted valuation. The market cap is 28.5 mil, fully diluted valuation is 33.5 million, meaning that over 80% of the tokens are already in circulation. This project goes all the way back to 2022. They have been building in public throughout their bear market since 2022. Here it is in 2025, and they have survived longer than most gaming projects that have come up into the scene. So does Metacade actually have real potential to actually change crypto gaming and get people to start using it? It's possible, and let's go ahead and explain why right now. So first of all, here's Metacade on X or Twitter, and the first thing I will mention that they do have some pretty massive partnerships. Now this is built on Base, and as of February 28th earlier in the year, they're one of 6 projects to partner with Base. As you can see, Metacade has been selected as a partner of Base and Coinbase to launch a new Layer 3 app chain. So this is a massive step forward for Base, for on-chain gaming, and for Metacade. And in terms of why this changes everything, like I said, it's just one of 6 projects that were chosen to roll out a dedicated Base app chain, right? So one of 6 out of hundreds, if not thousands of projects built on Base, right? That is pretty big in and of itself. Now, in terms of why this is great for Metacade and why it's actually bullish, it basically means that Metacade will be used as a gas token on this Layer 3 app chain. So if anyone's going to be playing games, right, on this Layer 3 chain, they are going to be using Metacade as their gas transaction fee, meaning they're going to need to buy Metacade, right? So this is just constant buying pressure, essentially. Not really buying pressure, but constant demand, which equals buying pressure. Right, and in terms of this Layer 3 app chain, 1 second block time, it's very quick. Think of a Layer 2, how fast it is, a Layer 3, even faster, right? And as I just said, it's a gas powered token now, and that will make it hyper deflationary, right? So the more it's used, the more is removed from circulation, reducing the supply and increased demand as well, because you're going to need it if you want to use this app chain. So anyways, huge stuff, right? Not many projects were selected for this. They said, why is it chosen? Well, they said Metacade is leading the charge in on-chain gaming. Tournaments, we'll get into that in a moment. Instant token utility, no code activation, scalability, and obviously Base and Coinbase did realize it, right? So again, I looked into this, and there's a lot of driving points that are really hard to ignore. Also, Coinbase just introduced the new Base app. I covered that in a video just a few days ago now. But essentially, this is the Base app is formerly the Coinbase wallet application. Anyways, Metacade is going to be integrated right into the Base app as well, being that it is built on Base. And essentially what that means is inside of the new Base application, people are going to be playing Metacade games directly through the Base application, right? So this is from the Base app website, the new one. And they say right here, play games, earn yield, trade coins, and more. Play games, that is basically Metacade coded. So that is huge stuff in and of itself, right? Check out that partnership on your own time. Also, just to highlight some other things, they have partnered up with Aerodrome as well. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Aerodrome as one of the biggest DeFi projects on Base. And the Metacade USDC pool, you can earn 161% APR, right? So liquidity providers are earning Aero, and voters are earning a share of Metacade incentives and weekly fees. All right, so some incentivization here to provide liquidity for Metacade. Also, we can see right here, they have introduced Metacadia not too long ago, just on July 9th. So they said the community is thriving. It's only right they have a world to call their own. So they teamed up with Passage. As you guys, if you've been subscribed to me for a long time, you know I've been in Passage since 2021 when I minted those Strange Clan NFTs, right? You guys probably already know that if you've been following me from then. But I've always had my eyes on Passage, right? I've seen the project from its inception. It's always been one of the legitimate gaming projects out there. And Metacade has partnered up with Passage to bring a brand new immersive virtual hub. So you can see they'll be hosting community hangouts, events, and a whole lot more. Anyways, this is like a metaverse for Metacade. All right, teamed up and Passage. I like Passage. Passage has always stood out to me. It's on Cosmos Atom. We'll see if that one does end up coming back to life. But this video is about Metacade, right? So anyways, also, they are doing some NFT campaigns, as you can see. So now let's go ahead and move on. And let's take a look at this Metacade website. Right, so they say the home of gaming and AI on base. AI, gaming, the two go hand in hand at this moment in time. Right, so AI with Metacade, redefining what is possible with voice-enabled AI tech. If you're a builder, you can build, and of course, they have their token as well. In terms of the partnerships, the main one is Base and Coinbase, but there's a lot of individual crypto projects they are partnered with. I will let you go to the website and look at these yourself because we're not going to talk about every single one of them, but there are a lot of good partnerships out there. All right, they also host those tournaments. These tournaments were one of the main reasons Base and Coinbase selected them as one of their 6 app chain partners. So that is big. There's also multiple games, right? Gangs of Metacadia, Telegram as well. And then they have their own featured games, as you can see. A lot of familiar names here, right? Pixels, Off the Grid, Super Champ, Wilder World, right? A lot of featured games within Metacade. And they are also introducing AI agents as well. We went over the token, why it's useful, right? To play to earn incentives, and also it will be used as a gas token. So there's so much going on here, guys, and we can't really just cover everything. We're just kind of covering the tip of the iceberg. But in general, everything that we're seeing from Metacade after I've looked into it is pretty interesting and pretty bullish stuff. But anyways, let's take a look at the price chart because that's really the most important thing. If you don't have a good entry, nothing really matters, right? If you bought the top over here at 4 or 5 cents, doesn't matter how great the project is. Okay, so that's why timing is important when it comes to these price charts and buying and selling assets. I will say I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this video is financial advice. It is for informational purposes only. Okay, I'm not encouraging you to buy or sell this asset at all. But let's talk about what's going on here on the chart. So on the weekly time frame here, we can see it's been out. This chart goes back to September 2023 on BitGet, and it's spent most of its time just sideways ranges, right? This is the weekly. So it spends most of its time sideways. It spends very little time actually trending. This is the case with most gaming altcoins, right? Most of the time they're going sideways. They're retracing pumps. It's rare that they go on a rally. Being that we're in a bullish situation right now in the market with Ethereum approaching $4,000, with Bitcoin dominance dropping, it is time for altcoins to basically outperform. So more likely than not, we are going to see a trend continuation here. As you can see on the weekly chart over here, we have had 2 bullish weekly candles leading to a test of these levels at around 2 cents. This weekly candle is now pulling back. Okay, so as you can see, I have labeled a 6-day level. I'll go to the 6-day time frame and show you why I've labeled that. Long story short, we have a massive fair value gap. This isn't necessarily confirmed yet because we need this 6-day candle to close, and it will be closing today, which is cool. So this would be the ideal level that I'm seeing on the 6-day. Right, we just have a previous base drop supply zone that was ignored 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times. So this is a 3 times hidden 6-day level at 1.4 cents. So yeah, 1.4 cents. Okay, so this makes sense to get a pullback into here. Also, we can pull a fib from the high to the low, and we can see that's directly at the 50% fib. All right, so that's definitely a level of interest, a level to set alerts if you're looking to be a buyer of this project. Again, not financial advice, but from everything that I'm seeing, this is the logical level to look to buy, right? Other than that, we do have demand down here at the previous range lows at around a penny. Now, if this was to go back to a penny, that would be a huge drop, right? To 1 cent, you're talking 40%, currently at 1.65 cents. So if it does drop 40%, which I don't really see it doing, market's bullish at the moment, but if it does come into here, into this previous accumulation, that's likely going to be where, you can get a really, really good entry. But in terms of closest to current market price, 1.45 cents in that 6-day, 3 times hidden order block level. Now, if this thing is going to pump hard, which it may, because the market cap is 28 million, 80% of the coins are in circulation. So where may it go? Well, we can use some fib extensions. So let's do it from the high it made over here in December to the low it made over here in June. Let's put our extensions on the chart. And you can see we have the negative 2.7 at 5.8 cents, 6.18 at 7 cents, negative 2.7 at basically 10 cents, and the negative 61.1618 is at 11.2 cents. Okay, so if we do get this scenario where it comes into that 6-day level at 1.4 cents, goes on a parabolic rally, these are simply levels to look to take profit. Could it go to crazy high valuations? It might, right? But you don't really know. So if you have arbitrary fixed price targets, let's say you want to sell at 20 cents. What if it never goes to 20 cents and you bought it at 1.4? You're going to ride it to 15 cents and then back down to your entry? No, you want to take profit on the way up. So that's why I would recommend, making a plan if you're going to buy altcoins like this. But anyways, do your own analysis, do your own research, but this is everything that I'm seeing about Metacade. So in this video, we went over Metacade on Base. Metacade is one of the very few selected projects to build a layer 3 app chain for Base. They will be integrated directly into the new Base application. Most of the coins are already in circulation. Anyways, a lot of good stuff from Metacade that I've seen after I've looked into it. What do you guys think though? Drop a comment down below with your thoughts. And also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you let me know by smashing the like button down below. That's all I got for today, lads. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I'll see you in the next video.